Hi friends, I am Rashekar. My educational qualifications is MSc Organic Chemistry BEd. Okay, today I would like to discuss some basic important principles regarding to the organic chemistry. Okay, this organic chemistry is also generally called as chemistry of carbon compounds. Okay, before going to the topic in detail, let us see what is the information regarding the organic chemistry. What is organic molecules? Okay, let us see. Generally, the organic compounds generally consisting of carbon as a basic element. Here, one important note is there. All carbon compounds is not called as organic compounds, but organic compounds is must and should has carbon element. Suppose, for example, ammonium cyanide. Let us take ammonium cyanide. This is the formula of ammonium cyanate, NH4CnO, ammonium cyanate, not cyanide, ammonium cyanate. Okay, this including of carbon, but it is not called as an organic compound. This is an inorganic compound. Okay, this inorganic compound, okay, accidentally heated by the scientist Frederick Kohler. Okay, Sir Frederick Kohler, it is converted into urea. NH2CO NH2. This is called as urea. Okay, this is also written as urea. Okay, see, this is inorganic compound, this is organic compound. How you distinguish between inorganic compound and organic compound? Okay, by the practical analysis you can identify. Okay, in later studies you can identify, but here this is inorganic compound, this is organic compound. Generally, what are the tests which is used for the distinguish between inorganic compound and organic compound? Generally, organic compounds on flaming it gives rise to sooty flame. Okay, on heating it gives rise to sooty flame. Okay, generally. Some of the important other characteristics also there. I can explain in later classes. Okay, suppose for example, let us see, this is the ammonium cyanate. This is inorganic compound. This compound is accidentally heated by the scientist name is Sir Frederick Kohler. Okay, it is converted into urea. He accidentally done this experiment. Okay, this is ammonium cyanate NH4CnO. This accidentally heated to gives rise to corresponding urea NH2CO NH2. This is the first organic compound in the world. This is identified. The scientist name is Sir Frederick Kohler by the accidentally. This is inorganic compound. This is organic compound. Okay. Next, let us see this organic compounds consisting of okay, main element carbon. Okay, along with carbon, another elements are hydrogen, halogens, oxygen, sulfur also present. Okay, depending upon their chemical composition. Okay, let us see here in this organic chemistry. Let us see the first topic, that is hydrocarbon. Okay. Next, let us see hydrocarbons. What are the compounds which involved in hydrocarbon? Okay. Generally, let us see, the name itself indicates hydrocarbon is consisting of hydrogen and carbon element. Hydrocarbons consisting of generally only two type of elements, that is carbon and hydrogen only. Carbon and hydrogen. Why? Because the name itself indicates hydrocarbons, hydrogen and carbon. That's why the hydrocarbons including carbon and hydrogen. Generally, hydrocarbons are classified into mainly two types. Okay, this is a simple classification. Enlarged classification is also there, but today I can explain only simple classification regarding to the hydrocarbons. Okay, hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are generally classified into two types. depending upon their saturation condition. Okay, hydrocarbons are classified into saturated hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated, unsaturated. Okay, saturated hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbon. What are saturated hydrocarbon? Okay, the saturated hydrocarbons generally consisting of in between carbon and carbon only sigma bond is takes place. Okay, in unsaturated hydrocarbons it consisting of along with the sigma bond at least one pi bond. Okay, generally what are the examples for saturated hydrocarbons? Okay, examples for saturated hydrocarbons are generally alkanes. Examples for saturated hydrocarbons are alkanes. These alkanes generally consisting of only sigma bond. In between carbon and carbon only one type of bond is present, that is only sigma bond. The sigma bond is takes place okay, due to the head to head overlapping of two carbon atoms. Okay, generally alkanes. Next, what is unsaturated hydrocarbons? These unsaturated hydrocarbons are consisting of at least one pi bond. It may be two pi bonds. Okay, also. Okay, generally these unsaturated hydrocarbons are furtherly classified into two types. Okay, alkenes and alkynes. Okay, unsaturated hydrocarbons are further classified into two types, alkenes and alkynes. Okay, let us see what is the general formula of alkane and alkene and alkyne. Okay, then I can explain elaborately. Generally, okay, let us see what is the general formula. General formula I have written in GF. Okay, general formula. GF means general formula. Okay, alkanes general formula is CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. This is the general formula regarding to the alkanes. Next, what about alkenes? Alkynes, let us see. Alkenes general formula is CnH2n. Simply double them. How many number of carbon atoms here present? Simply double the hydrogens. Next, what about alkynes? CnH2n minus 2. Okay. Let us see. Saturated hydrocarbons examples are alkanes. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are two types, alkenes and alkynes. What is the general formula of alkanes? CnH2n plus 2. Here n means how many number of carbon atoms here present. Here n is equals to how many number of hydrogens. Okay. Alkanes general formula is CnH2n plus 2. What about alkenes is CnH2n. Alkynes is CnH2n minus 2. One more important point. Generally these alkanes is consisting of only sigma bonds. Only sigma. This is the sigma representation. Only sigma bonds. Only sigma bonds in between carbon and carbon. Suppose for example, here, okay, in between carbon and carbon only sigma bond. Okay, only sigma bonds are present. Here in this alkanes, okay, in between carbon and carbon double bond is present. Here in this alkane, in between carbon and carbon double bond is present. Generally carbon is belongs to tetravalency. Why? Because by the utilizing of their 4 outermost electrons, they can form tetravalency. They undergo sp3 hybridization. I can explain later. Okay, here in between in alkenes, in between carbon and carbon, two bonds are present. Okay, that is called as double bond. Here in this double bond, one must and should be sigma, another must and should be pi. Okay, this is the important. Next, alkynes. Here in between carbon and carbon, triple bond is present. Triple bond is present. Here in this triple bond, one must and should be, the middle one must and should be sigma, the bottom one and top one is called as pi bonds. Okay, here in this triple bond, one sigma bond, two pi bonds is present. Here in this double bond, one sigma and one pi bond is present. Here in this single bond, that must and should be sigma. Okay, that's why alkanes generally in between carbon and carbon there is no pi bond, only sigma bonds only present. Here in this alkenes in between carbon and carbon at least one pi bond, that is one sigma, one pi bond is present. Here in this alkynes in between carbon and carbon one sigma bond and two pi bonds are present. Generally you count them, all carbons is consisting of tetravalency. Okay, let us see. This carbon is consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds now. This carbon is also consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave it. Next, this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, this carbon is consisting of 1, this 3 bonds. 1 plus 3, 4 bonds. This carbon is also 1 plus 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the simple important information regarding to the general formula.